Hello, good morning from London Euston. Today I'm on the 0610 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly, calling at Milton Keynes Central, Nuneaton, Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. This train is formed of 9 carriages and is an unrefurbished, set number 390020. Our scheduled arrival time into Manchester Piccadilly is at 8:25 with a journey time of 2 hours and 15 minutes. We are now ready to depart London Euston. I believe the doors are locked already. I was hoping for a refurbished set, such as 390-119, but Avanti had other ideas, I suppose. Should be moving by now. Oh, now we're moving, finally. Today is Friday, 11th of August 2023. Bless you. Unfortunately, the seat reservation system is broken. 390020 has the nice carriage 69420, which is coach J first class. Can sometimes be standard premium. Depending on the demand. Where Morrison's used to be. Over on the other side are a couple of Class 730s that will eventually enter service with West Midlands trains branded as London North Western Railway and West Midlands Railway. These are replacing the Class 319s, 323s and 350/2s later this year. If not this year, then maybe next year. This is your TfL service update. Bakerloo line is partially closed from Queen's Park to Harron, Wealdstone due to planned engineering works. Central line has severe delays from North Acton to West Ruislip due to train cancellations. Good service on the rest of the line. The Circle line has minor delays anti-clockwise only due to train cancellations. Good service in the clockwise direction. DLR has minor delays due to signal systems failure. London Overground is partially closed from Euston to Watford Junction due to planned engineering works. As you can see, Tramlink is partially closed from Wimbledon to Frapier Lane. Good service on other London Underground lines including the Elizabeth line, other London Overground routes and other Tramlink routes. It's a bit strange seeing a 720 in London Depot, which normally has 378s and 710s on London Overground. I imagine there aren't any 319s running today. Maybe they are, but later during the day I suppose. Should still be around till September. Only units 319, 214, 319, 215, 217, 219, 220, 433 and 457 are still around. 005, 013, 216, 218 and 460 were scrapped in July 2022. So 441 was transferred to Rail Operations Group in May 2021. Lots of Renatus 321s just resting there. First 319441 was transferred to Rail Operations Group in May 2021 for non-passenger duties and is currently in storage at Castle Donington Rail Freight Terminal. Then in July 2022, units 319005, 319013, 319216, 319218 and 319,460 were scrapped. Then November 2022, 319005 was scrapped. Actually, in July 2022, 319013, 319216, 319218 and 319,460 were scrapped. November 2022, 319005 was scrapped. Most recently, in June, 319012 and 319429 were scrapped. This means that 319, 214, 215, 217, 219, 220, 433 and 457 are the only 319s still operating with London North Western Railway. Sadly, I will be moving out of London at some point, which means I will be unable to do journeys on the London Underground, DLR, Elizabeth Line, London Overground or Tramlink. I still have time to record announcements though. Could also do the Isle of Wight and Borderlands line. See which one is better. So Celia on the Isle of Wight or Ruth on the Borderlands line. Yes, 230s still now have Ruth because the PIS is train effects. That was the Lowlander from Glasgow Central and Edinburgh. We will eventually pass the Highlander from Aberdeen, Inverness and Fort William. Bushy still has Emma, but on platforms 1 and 2 only for London Overground services. Platforms 3, 4, 5 and 6 have Anne. Platforms 5 and 6 London North Western Railway services. Platform 3 is inaccessible. Platforms 3 and 4 are fast lines. Only fast train announcements play on platforms 3 and 4. Just passed through Watford Junction where a couple of Avanti West Coast services called there to pick up only if going to Birmingham New Street, Liverpool Lime Street, Manchester Piccadilly, Glasgow Central, Blackpool North or Edinburgh, and to set down only towards London Euston. Sadly, services to and from Chester, North Wales do not call at Watford Junction. So services to Chester, Wrexham General or Holyhead. Best part about travelling so early in the morning is that there's usually plenty of seats available. most of the time there are plenty of seats available. Not just standard, but standard premium and first class as well. Probably because not everybody wants to upgrade. Transpennine Express and Transport for Wales. Their services could be beyond busy, to the point where nobody would be able to get on or off at certain stations. Unfortunately, real-time trains isn't showing what this service is operating with, what unit it's operating with exactly. Milton Keynes Central, best thing to do there is to leave as soon as possible because Anne is no longer there. No, 319457 and 319219, I think. At Berkhamsted going to London Euston. Actually, it was 319457 and 319214. 319219 and 319220 are also supposed to be out. Not sure about 319433, could be resting in Bletchley or already off to Newport for scrap.
Good morning everyone, welcome on board. I would like to inform you your shop on board is now open and located on coach C. We are selling teas, coffees, soft drinks, sandwiches. We got some meal deals. You can get any sandwich with any soft drink or hot drink plus a side for £5.90. Or if you prefer a coffee or cup of tea, you can get any coffee or tea with cake for £3.80. Once again, your shop on board is now open and located on coach C. In the meantime, sit back, relax and enjoy your journey with us this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to the onboard team. Avanti West Coast, wonderful members of staff on board. Same with Lumo and LNER. Looks like looks like Avanti aren't using the automated announcements, just like Lumo. Maybe the announcements are rarely used. Not long now till we arrive into Milton Keynes Central. Still on time, thankfully. Soon pass through Bletchley, which is where replacement buses to Bedford and other stations on Marston Vale Line operate from. Thankfully, 150s will operate on the Marston Vale line from October. But on the Marston Vale line, will the guard operate the doors from the back, or will they be able to operate the doors from door control panels as well? Because on 230s, the guard operated the doors wherever they could, as every door had panels. 230s could be going to Great Western Railway, not just for the Greenford branch, but could also be for the Windsor, Marlow and Henley branches as well. Bletchley, also where east-west rail construction is taking place. Hello 319s and their replacements to 730s. Also a couple of 350s here as well. Now approaching Milton Keynes Central. Change here for Northampton, Bletchley, Rugby, Coventry, Birmingham International, Birmingham New Street, Stafford, Crewe, Liverpool Lime Street, Warrington, Bank-Key, Wigan North Western, Preston, Blackpool North, Lancaster, Oxenholme, Penrith, Carlisle, Glasgow Central, Edinburgh, Chester, Wrexham General and Holyhead.
Train arriving at Milton Keynes Central. If you're leaving us here, please make sure that you have everything with you. We're now arriving at Milton Keynes.
We arrive into Milton Keynes Central about 6:39, 1 minute early. Please stand back from the platform edge as the train approaches. Use the full length of the platform and let passengers off the train first. Doors are now open, ready to let passengers on and off the train. doors are now locked and we are ready to depart Milton Keynes Central. Our next stop will be Nuneaton. Just like that, we are now departing Milton Keynes Central. Our next stop is Nuneaton, scheduled to be there in about half an hour. With an arrival time at 7:10, overtaken by 66732. With a very long freight train, I suppose. With 66705 at the rear. But we'll overtake them eventually. Hello. Works, which has a couple of 321s in storage. Going to scrap. Wolverton. We'll soon pass the Highlander from Aberdeen, Inverness and Fort William. Actually, it's from Inverness and Fort William, not Aberdeen. No idea what happened to the Aberdeen portion. Apparently 319s no longer go to Wolverton or Northampton. They used to until the December 2022 timetable change. Apparently it's almost the end of Jeff Marshall's End of the Line series. And that was the Highlander from Inverness and Fort William. would be great if there was also end of the line on the trams in Sheffield, Manchester, Edinburgh, Blackpool and West Midlands, or even the Tyne and Wear Metro, also Nottingham trams, Merseyrail, Glasgow subway, or even the Borderlands line or Island line, because both the Borderlands line and Island line use former District line trains. Marston Vale line no longer has those tube trains because of Viva Rail going into administration. Looks like Marston Vale line will now be using Class 150s from Northern. If Great Western Railway do get 230s, will they have driver-only operation or guard operation? Say no to driver-only operation, keep the guard on the train. South Western Railway are probably the only train operating company in London to have guards on board all of their services. End of the line, Borderlands line, Bidston, Wrexham General and Wrexham Central. Island line, Shanklin. Actually, Borderlands line, no Wrexham General, either Bidston or Wrexham Central. More likely Wrexham Central. The best part about the refurbished sets is that all the seats have plug sockets and USB ports, while on the non-refurbished, only the table seats have plug sockets. Have the 3-pin plug sockets. Despite its name, the Elizabeth line isn't actually a tube line. It used to be called TfL Rail until May 2022, which is when the Paddington to Abbey Wood section opened. Even TfL themselves will tell you that the Elizabeth line is not a tube line. .390-119 is out, but it's doing the 0700 from Lancaster to London Euston. 9 Alpha 31. While 390-121 is doing 1 Romeo 180643 Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. shortly be arriving at Nuneaton. Change here for Coleshill Parkway, Birmingham New Street, Leicester, Peterborough, Ely, Cambridge and Stansted Airport. Doors will be opening on the left hand side in the direction of travel. Also change here for Tamworth, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Stafford and Crewe for other services. If you are leaving us here, please mind the gap. I'm going to step down from the train to the platform. Going to be super early. About an hour after leaving London Euston, we're now in Nuneaton. Also change here for Coventry and Leamington Spa. Chiltern services.
Train is now approaching Nuneaton. If you are leaving us here, please make sure that you have your luggage and belongings with you. Nuneaton, our next stop is just a few moments.
Yeah, so once again change here for Coventry, Leamington Spa, Birmingham New Street, Leicester, Peterborough, Ely, Cambridge, Stansted Airport, Tamworth, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Stafford and Crewe. Today I'm also doing Trans-Pennine Express from Manchester Piccadilly to Scarborough. Sadly it's on a 185 instead of a Nova 3 set, which is a Class 68 with Mark 5A carriages. The next train to arrive at platform 4 will be the 0711 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. Calling at London Euston only. This train has 11 coaches. The doors are now unlocked, meaning platform 4 for the 0711 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. Calling at London Euston only. This train has 11 coaches. Platform 3 for the 0711 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly. Calling at Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. This train has 11 coaches. Not sure if Anne announces here at Nuneaton, so I'm mimicking her voice. The next train to arrive at platform 6 will be the 0715 Cross Country service to Birmingham New Street. Calling at Coleshill Parkway, Water Orton and Birmingham New Street. This train has 3 coaches. First class accommodation is at the rear of this train. We are now ready to depart Nuneaton as the doors are closing. Actually, Nuneaton has Amy, Anne's replacement. I was doing Anne's voice because I prefer Anne. Nuneaton is managed by London North Western Railway, which is why it no longer has Anne, unfortunately. Yep, the seat reservation system is still broken. Meaning that I'll stay here for the rest of the journey towards Manchester Piccadilly and hopefully try not to fall asleep. Our next stop will be Stoke-on-Trent. We're supposed to arrive there in about half an hour. Amy unfortunately replaced Anne at all Greater Anglia managed stations, including those that are also served by other train operating companies: Ely, Waterbeach, Cambridge North, Cambridge, Norwich, Shenfield, Cheshunt, Stansted Airport. Thankfully, Anne is still at the following Greater Anglia stations: Peterborough, managed by LNER, Romford, managed by TfL, Stratford, managed by TfL, and Liverpool Street, managed by Network Rail. However, unlike other Network Rail managed stations, the announcements and CIS are controlled and managed by Greater Anglia. At some point, Liverpool Street did have Amy before switching back to Anne. Announcements are often broken and cut off at certain points. At Clapham Junction and Guildford, which are also Network Rail managed stations, the announcement and CIS systems are controlled and managed by South Western Railway. Same with Reading, but at Reading it's controlled and managed by Great Western Railway. Atherstone, due to a short platform, only the doors in the front 4 carriages will open. Wonder if they'll extend the platform when the 730s enter service later this year or next year, depending on how testing goes, at least. Won't be long until we pass through Polesworth, which only has one London North Western Railway service per day. which is the 0648 from Northampton to Crewe, departs Northampton at 6 a.m. Calls at Longbuckby, Rugby, Nuneaton, Atherstone, Polesworth, Tamworth, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Rugeley, Trent Valley, Stafford and Crewe. Hello Polesworth, goodbye Polesworth. Don't think I'll ever visit this station. Sadly, only northbound services stop there. Hopefully they'll restore the other platform for southbound services towards Nuneaton, Rugby and Northampton, maybe to Milton Keynes, Watford Junction and London Euston as well. Not that services between London Euston and Crewe ever call at Watford Junction. Maybe they do, but sometimes. It's often packed between Watford Junction and Euston on all traction 710s, 378s on London Overground, and also 319s and 350s on London North Western Railway. Also the 730s when they enter service this year or next year. Irrespective of the number of carriages used. Because they often tell you to use the full length of the platform, to stand back from the platform edge, use the full length of the platform and let passengers off the train first. Hello Tamworth. Goodbye Tamworth. Cross Country do not manage any stations. The following stations are only served by Cross Country but are managed by other train operating companies. Coles Hill Parkway, Water Alton and Wilnecote are managed by London Northwest by West Midlands trains, while Hinckley, Narborough, South Wigston, Burton-on-Trent and Wellington are managed by East Midlands Railway. The high-level platforms at Tamworth are only served by Cross Country, but the whole station is managed by London North Western Railway. Same with Worcestershire Parkway, where only the low-level platforms are served by Cross Country, but the whole station is managed by Great Western Railway. have been great if Transport for Wales used Class 68s with their Mark IV carriages, as the highest speed on all Transport for Wales routes is 100 miles per hour. That's also the top speed of the Class 68 locomotives. Class 67s would be more suited for Trans-Pennine Express, as the top speed on the Class 67s is 125 miles per hour. And sadly, Class 68s can't go faster than 100 miles per hour. Sadly, we are now leaving the West Coast Main Line at Colwich, which is between Rugeley Trent Valley and Stafford. minutes until we arrive into Stoke-on-Trent. Supposed to pass through Stone now. Stone, Staffordshire. Yep, we've just passed Stone. This means it won't be long until we arrive into Stoke-on-Trent. Barlaston, and Wedgwood. shortly be arriving at Stoke-on-Trent, change here for Crewe and Derby. If you're leaving us here, please make sure you take all your luggage and belongings with you. Mind to step down onto the platform. Doors will once again open on the left hand side in the direction of travel.
Good morning everyone, the train is now approaching Stoke-on-Trent. If you're leaving us here at Stoke, please make sure that you have all your luggage and belongings with you. That's Stoke-on-Trent, our next stop in just a few moments.
Haven't been here since October 2020. This is where the Crewe to Derby line comes in. Over there is 221125 with a cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads. Over in platform 3 is 323232 with the northern service to Manchester Piccadilly. The doors are now unlocked, meaning we have arrived at Stoke-on-Trent. The next train to depart from platform 3 will be the 0754 Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly, calling at Longport, Kidsgrove, Congleton, Macclesfield, Prestbury, Adlington, Cheshire, Poynton, Bramhall, Cheadle Hulme, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. This train has 3 coaches. Platform 3 for the 0754 Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly. And yes, Anne does announce here at Stoke-on-Trent. Just can't hear Anne at the moment. Tray tables are squeaky, unlike the refurbished sets. still not sure if Anne does carriage formation for northern services. Because Liverpool Lime Street definitely doesn't do formation for northern services. Liverpool Lime Street only has one Anne announcement per train 3 minutes before departure. Just like that, the doors are closed and locked. We're now ready to depart Stoke-on-Trent. Next stop is Macclesfield. We're supposed to be there in 15 minutes. Bye Stoke-on-Trent and goodbye 323232. For Manchester services, still 3 trains per hour. Calling patterns used to be first one Milton Keynes Central, Stoke-on-Trent, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. Second one Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly, and third one Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. It's now Milton Keynes Central, Stoke-on-Trent, so actually it's Nuneaton, Stoke-on-Trent, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly, Stafford, Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly, and also Milton Keynes Central, Rugby, Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. Would have been better if I got a refurbished this morning. Now we're in a tunnel. I wonder what the longest tunnel in UK is, excluding London Underground, where the longest tunnel on the London Underground is on the Northern Line between East Finchley and Morden via Bank. Kidsgrove. We've just passed through Kidsgrove. Won't be long until we pass through Congleton. Cross country used to stop there. Now it's only served by Northern. Hello Congleton. Goodbye Congleton. Class 68, which one's better? Chiltern Railways Class 68 with Mark III carriages, or Transpennine Express Class 68 with Mark 5A carriages, also known as Nova 3. And branded as Nova 3. I prefer the Chiltern Class 68 with Mark III carriages because they have Julie Berry, and also they run more frequently than the Transpennine Express ones, which are often cancelled or swapped for 185s for some reason. If you're travelling with Transpennine Express on the Manchester Piccadilly or York to Scarborough route, then you'll never know whether you're getting a 185 or a Nova 3 until the day of travel. Then book to go on the 0935 from Manchester Piccadilly to Scarborough, which is using 185-146 on its own. Sadly, the 1248 back to Manchester Piccadilly has been cancelled due to a short notice change to the timetable. Customers are advised that they may be entitled to compensation for this disruption today. Thankfully, the 1348 to York is using 68025. Meanwhile, the 1448 to Manchester Piccadilly, which I could travel on, is using 68030. So I could use the 1448 or the 1348. Also be arriving into Macclesfield. If you are leaving us here, please take all your luggage and belongings with you. Mind step down onto the platform. Thank you for travelling with Avanti West Coast. Doors will be opening on the left hand side in the direction of travel.
Good morning everyone, the train will shortly be arriving at Macclesfield. If you're leaving us here, please make sure that you have all your luggage and belongings with you. Macclesfield is our next stop.
Thankfully, Macclesfield is managed by Avanti, which means it has all northern managed stations have Celia. Same with all Chiltern Railways stations. Celia also announces Eurostar services at St Pancras International, Ebbsfleet International and Ashford International, English first, then French. Sadly, Ebbsfleet International and Ashford International have not been served by Eurostar since the pandemic started in 2020. Don't think Eurostar will ever serve those stations until about 2025, correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, Macclesfield. 3 platforms. Looks like platform 4 here is disused. All doors opening onto platform 3 because it's longer, obviously. 345. Oh, it's just for stop marker for trains with 3, 4 or 5 carriages. We are now ready to depart Macclesfield. Our next stop will be Stockport. Our next and penultimate stop will be Stockport. Supposed to arrive there in about 15 minutes. Goodbye, Macclesfield. Prestbury. Cheshire. Nuneaton. Bramhall. 331s are allowed to operate from Manchester Piccadilly to Stoke-on-Trent and Crewe alongside 323s. Same with Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester Airport. Manchester Airport to Blackpool North, 331s only. Manchester Piccadilly to Glossop and Hadfield, 323s only. Liverpool Lime Street to Wigan North Western and Blackpool North, only 319s on Mondays to Saturdays, with 331s on Sundays only. On Sundays, 319s occasionally operate between Liverpool Lime Street and Manchester via Chatmoss. Passing through Cheadle Hill. Approaching Cheadle Hill really. What happened? Now passing through Cheadle Hill. Shortly be arriving in Stockport. Change for... Hello Cheadle Hill. Goodbye Cheadle Hill. Will shortly be arriving at Stockport. Change for Sheffield, Altrincham, Chester, Wellenslow and Crewe. If you're leaving us here, please make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and thank you for travelling with Avanti West Coast. Mind step down from the train to the platform as you leave the train.
train will shortly be arriving at Stockport. If you are leaving us here, please make sure that you have everything with you. Stockport will be our next stop.
If we were arriving into Euston, then I was change here for London Underground, Northern and Victoria lines, London Overground and London North Western Railway services. Also change here. Also alight for Euston Square Station for London Underground Circle, Hammersmith and City and Metropolitan lines. That was 221136 with 1 Victor 47 from Manchester Piccadilly to Paignton. Calling Macclesfield, Stoke-on-Trent, Stafford, Wolverhampton, Birmingham New Street, Cheltenham Spa, Bristol Parkway, Bristol Temple Meads, Weston-super-Mare, Taunton, Tiverton Parkway, Exeter St David's, Dawlish, Teignmouth, Newton Abbot, Torquay and Paignton. This train has 4 carriages. First class is at the rear of the train. We're now at our penultimate stop, Stockport. Managed by Avanti, which means it has an. Doors are opening on the left hand side in the direction of travel. Platform 3 for the 0817 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly. Calling out Manchester Piccadilly only. This train has 9 coaches. The next train to arrive at platform 1 will be the 0819 Northern service to Crewe. Calling at Cheadle-Hulme, Handforth, Wilmslow, Alderley Edge, Chelford, Goose Tree, Holmes Chapel, Sandbach and Crewe. This train has 3 coaches. Platform 2 for the 0820 Northern service to Chester. Calling at Navigation Road, Altrincham, Hale, Ashley, Moberly, Lasford, Plumley, Lostock, Greenham, Northwich, Greenbank, Cuddington, Delmere, Maudsley and Chester. This train has 2 coaches. Like that, we are now ready to depart Stockport. This train is for Manchester Piccadilly only. It's supposed to arrive there in less than 10 minutes. The next transport for Wales service from Manchester Piccadilly will be the 0830 to Cardiff Central, calling at Stockport, Wilmslow, Crewe, Shrewsbury, Ludlow, Leominster, Hereford, Abergavenny, Cwmbran, Newport and Cardiff Central. This train has 2 carriages formed of 153906 and 153382, so 2 dog boxes. That's 323224 with the northern service to Crewe. There are still peak time 319s between Liverpool, Lime Street and Manchester Victoria. Sometimes there may be 331s instead or alongside the 319s. Heaton Chapel and Heaton Moor. Levenshulme. We'll soon be arriving into our final stop, Manchester Piccadilly. When leaving us here, please make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you. Thank you for travelling with Avanti West Coast. Doors are expected to open on the right hand side in the direction of travel as we arrive into platform 7. I think we're waiting for a platform to become available at Manchester Piccadilly. 3-2. Oh, it's a 3-3-1. Not sure what service it's forming. It's from Manchester Airport, obviously, but it's going to Blackpool North or Liverpool Lime Street, or maybe it's a 195 to Windermere or Barrow in Furness. Actually, 331 from Stoke-on-Trent. We have made it into Manchester. It's currently 19 degrees Celsius, or 19 C. That's Longsight Depot, which is where 175s are now being repaired until they're withdrawn by the end of the year. Giving seat reservation system switched on only for my seat specifically. Reserved from Euston. Maybe we're waiting for a platform to become available at Manchester. Could be a platform alteration. I think it's best I go back to my seat until we arrive into Manchester Piccadilly. Over and out on a couple of Nova 3 sets, Class 68 locomotives and Mark 5A carriages. On the Nova fleet, drivers opened the doors, guards closed them. But on the 185s, it's guards open and close. Hello. That was 221139 with one off.
Hi everyone, this is your train manager speaking. Apologies for the hold up between Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. Seems to be a bit of congestion on the line into Manchester. Hopefully we'll be on the move shortly, but please accept my apologies for the slight delay.
That's 221139 with one Oscar 100825 to Bournemouth, calling at Stockport, Macclesfield, Stoke-on-Trent, Stafford, Wolverhampton, Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Coventry, Leamington Spa, Banbury, Oxford, Reading, Basingstoke, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central and Bournemouth. The train that just passed us was no idea what it was in all honesty. Yeah, it was 156408 with the delayed northern service to Chester. Oh, it's actually a class 397 over there. Train now departing from platform 5. It's the 0830 Transport for Wales service to Cardiff Central. Calling at Stockport, Wilmslow, Crewe, Shrewsbury, Ludlow, Leominster, Hereford, Abergavenny, Pontypool and Abergavenny, Cwmbran, Newport and Cardiff Central. Finally, we are arriving into Manchester Piccadilly a bit later than we expected. 5 minutes late, which is not too bad in all honesty. Ardwick, one of the UK's least served stations. Ardwick is only served by 2 northern services per day, one in the morning from Hadfield and one in the evening to Newmilns Central, both of which are to and from Manchester Piccadilly. Actually, there could be a platform change at this moment. So that's actually a northern service. No idea where it's going, but it's a 150 off to somewhere. Hazel Grove, and that's the Transport for Wales double dog box to Cardiff Central.
We're now arriving into Manchester Piccadilly, our final stop. Apologies for the slight hold up between Stockport and Manchester. It was a bit of congestion on the line due to the late running services. Coming into Manchester running about 9 minutes behind schedule. Please make sure that you have all your belongings with you before leaving the train. And please remember that barriers are in operation at Manchester Piccadilly. So keep your tickets to hand, as you'll need these to exit the gate at the end of the platform.
Hello, 331030.
Now arriving at Manchester Piccadilly.
Doors are opening on the right hand side in the direction of travel. Barriers are in use at this station, Manchester Piccadilly. And we seem to be the winners. And over here is a 185, which just arrived, which may have arrived from Cleethorpes, was meant to continue to Liverpool Lime Street but got cancelled, but decided to terminate here for some reason. I think I'll wait until everyone else gets off before heading onto the platforms here at Manchester Piccadilly. Oh, so it's a double 185. That's rare. Normally they run on their own. Normally it's 3-car 185s by themselves. And the 331 has arrived first. That's it, we've arrived into Manchester Piccadilly, where the train terminates. I think I'll wait for everyone to get off first. Yep, this carriage is empty. Time to go to the doors and leave the train. Thanks.
This way.
390,009 is going back to London Euston. By 390,009. If it was 323,228 in platform 5. I think I'll end the video here so I can leave the station.